Right now, you are holding a device that is quietly making you miserable. You open an app, and within 3 seconds, you see someone younger than you, making more money than you, living a life that looks infinitely better than yours. And instantly, your own life, the one you were perfectly happy with 5 minutes ago, feels like a failure. Here's what nobody tells you. This feeling isn't a character flaw. It isn't because you're weak or ungrateful. It's a biological glitch. Today, I'm going to show you why your brain is completely obsessed with other people's success, the invisible toll it's taking on your life, and the exact steps to rewire it. In 1995, psychologists made a fascinating discovery at the Olympic Games. They studied the faces of athletes standing on the podium and found something bizarre. The bronze medalists, the people who came in third, were measurably happier than the silver medalists who came in second. Why?
Yes!
Because of where they were looking. The bronze medalist was comparing themselves downwards, thinking, "I almost didn't get a medal at all. I'm just happy to be here." But the silver medalist was looking up, tormented by the thought, if I had just pushed a little harder, I would have won gold. They had objectively performed better, but their brain tortured them anyway, entirely because of who they compared themselves to.
Psychologists call this relative deprivation. Your brain doesn't actually care how well you are doing in absolute terms. It only cares how well you are doing compared to the people around you. For most of human history, this was survival software. If you were a hunter-gatherer and everyone else in your tribe had more food than you were in danger of starving. Your brain wired itself to constantly check your status and panic if you were falling behind. That anxiety kept your ancestors alive. But today, it's a disaster. Because you aren't just comparing yourself to a tribe of 50 people anymore. Through the screen in your pocket, you are comparing yourself to the curated highlight reels of the wealthiest, most attractive, most successful 1% of 8 billion people. It is an unwinnable game. And playing an unwinnable game doesn't just make you sad. It makes you dangerous to yourself. Consider Richard Fuscone. He was a highly successful executive. At Merrill Lynch, he made millions. He retired in his 40s. By any absolute measure, he had won the game of capitalism. But he was swimming in a pool of ultra-wealthy peers. To keep up his status, he expanded his 18,000 square foot mansion, taking on massive debt to add 2 pools, 2 elevators, and 7 garages. He was already rich, but it wasn't enough compared to the guys next door. When the 2008 financial crisis hit, the debt crushed him. He declared bankruptcy and lost the house in a foreclosure. He had enough money to live comfortably forever, but his brain couldn't stop comparing his life to the guys with bigger houses. The chase didn't just make him unhappy, it cost him everything he had already built. So how do you step off the treadmill? You can't delete your brain's comparison software, but you can hack it. Here are 3 moves to rewire how you measure your life. First move, change your comparison set. You cannot win a game if the finish line is a 20-year-old crypto millionaire on a yacht. Ruthlessly unfollow anyone on social media who triggers that "I'm behind" feeling. Curate your feed so it's filled with educational ideas, not status symbols. Second move, define your own game. Comparison thrives in a vacuum. If you don't know what you actually want, whether that's a quiet life with your family or a thriving small business, you will default to wanting what everyone else has. Write down what a successful Tuesday looks like to you. Once you know your game, you stop caring who is winning theirs. Third move, practice downward comparison. When you feel anxious, force your brain to look down the mountain, not just up. Remind yourself of what you have today that your past self prayed for. Gratitude isn't just a spiritual buzzword. It is a neurological interrupt for status anxiety. The ultimate flex in the modern world isn't a luxury watch or a sports car. The ultimate flex is seeing someone else winning and feeling absolutely nothing because you are at peace with your own path.
But creating that peace is nearly impossible if your brain can't focus on one thing for more than a few minutes. In our next episode, we'll break down why your attention span is shrinking and the psychology behind getting it back. Subscribe, and I'll see you then.